What's the dumbest way you've gotten a scar?
I have a scar on my forearm from a weaponized paper airplane. I taped razor blades to and launched with a rubber band.
Playing manhunt. Some idiot made the campfire area base. I was running for my life to get there, jumped this huge pile of firewood, tripped over something and rolled right into the fire. It could have been so much worse, but I only burned my elbow and some of my hair. It's been probably 15 years and the scar is only about 3 inches long and 1 wide.
I got cut by a vacuum. A fucking vacuum.
I got hit on the bridge of my nose by a ceramic toilet seat when I was learning to pee like a big boy. Now I think about it, that's probably the best outcome there.
I used a pressure washer on my foot, and boy did that hurt.
Boys from my class were throwing CDs like you throw frisbee. One of those hit me right between the eyes. Still got a small scar there.
I was trying to squeeze between 2 cars. One of the cars must have had a jagged bumper, because it sliced a 2-inch gash in my leg.
My brother, sister and I all have the same kind of scar in our left eyebrow, and got them at the same age. My brother opened an empty dresser drawer and smacked himself in the face. My sister ran into a brick wall, and I fell off the couch onto a coffee table.
I have 2 from when I was a kid. Running around in the dark on a school roof, tripped over and ripped my hand to shreds. Jumping and sliding on a door that had been kicked in, jumped straight onto a nail that went in my knee.
7-year-old me was helping my mom iron clothes. I pulled on the cord, the iron fell and smacked me right in the face. I still have a scar above my right eye.
When I was 7, I wanted a peanut butter and honey sandwich, but the honey was all crystallized and hardened. I put it in the microwave, with the lid still on, and watched it heat up. Within 6 seconds that thing looked like a beach ball. I opened the thing and... wait for it. The honey bottle F_King exploded like a grenade.
So I broke my right arm when I was a kid, then decided to put a cast on me. My skin under my cast is so itchy, it's like my skin is alive. When 2 months have passed, I decided to scratch my skin under the cast using a pen since my fingers couldn't reach further areas. While doing so, I accidentally put the pen further away inside that I can't remove it under my cast since I can't reach it, then I just ignored it. After that I was thinking that it will be just fine, and I didn't tell my parents since they would be mad. After 2 months, they decided to remove my cast since it's already due, but the night before removing my cast, my mom noticed that my arm smells rotten. So fast forward, they removed the cast in my arm in the hospital, then they noticed that the pen was penetrating my skin for months and the hole is about the size of a penny full of pus. I didn't even feel a thing. After that, the hole eventually became a penny-sized scar in my skin.
Lazy me liked to iron clothes while wearing them. When I was 20 years old, I learnt my lesson. My left arm can testify.
I did a similar thing. I took my shirt off to iron it, and hit my stomach with the edge of the iron. About a 3-inch burn. The sad part is the reaction from the cheap Walgreens Band-Aids was worse, and way larger than the burn itself. My skin peeled off with the bandage adhesive. I've got bitten by a guinea pig. Worse than that, a friend of mine was bitten by a snail.
I was bitten by a wild otter while ice fishing with 2 of my uncles. We didn't mean to corner it, but between 5 feet 11 inches me and my 6 feet 5 inches uncle, I can see why it picked me.
Fir needle cut me across the wrist while playing hide and seek out in the woods. A fir needle.
Those bastards are sharp. I've still got a couple of scars on my hands from decorating at Christmas. It didn't even break the skin but still scarred.
When I was 5, I was spinning around in the living room,
and then fell face first into the coffee table. I have a scar on my forehead from that LMAO.
I have a horrible scar from punching concrete. Don't ask why I did it, I have no fucking clue.
Was in middle school and we were going to see Coach Carter in theaters with the boys b-ball team. Middle school, I was pumped. While in the shower I thought, Coach Carter, I bet they do push-ups in that movie. I'ma do push-ups right now, tried to do a wall push-up. Slipped, smacked my face on the edge of the tub, and split my upper lip open from mouth to nose. Needless to say, did not make it to the movie.
Drunk, and leaned down to kiss a strange dog on the nose, of all things. 27 stitches down my nose later.
I was headbanging my hair dry in the bathroom. I hit the counter. I was 8.
My mother and brother were arguing about ice cream cone sizes, so my brother stormed off. I followed him back to a villa we were staying at. He didn't have a key and we didn't want to wait, so I just punched through the glass in the sliding door to make an entrance. There were probably 1,000 other safer ways to do it, but it just seemed the quickest. Fucking ice cream cone sizes, man.
My cat decided one day that feeding him was not enough, and full-on grappled onto my arm, digging in deep. Got a pretty nasty infection from that, and now I have got 2 nasty scars next to my wrist.
Have many burns from the oven from my first year at uni. I didn't have oven mittens, so I just grabbed everything with my bare hands. Second year I was prepared, got mittens. First attempt, as I was taking a baking tray out of the oven, it slipped from the mittens, and burned my inner elbow. Still got that one.
I used to thoroughly enjoy sliding down grassy hills as a kid. One fateful luge led to me running over a hidden rock, resulting in a permanent rear tire puncture, my right butt cheek.
I have a white dot scar from where a wasp stung me almost 20 years ago.
I punched a pint glass one night when I was drunk back in college. It ended up slicing my finger really badly, like there was a flap of skin that came up. Went to the bathroom and ran it underwater, but it just kept bleeding. I didn't know what to do and was too drunk to try to deal with it, so I just wrapped my hand in a towel and tried to go to sleep. Woke up to knocking at my door and it ended up being security. He followed a trail of blood from the bathroom to my room and wanted to make sure I was alright. I showed him my finger and he was like, "Come on, you gotta go to the hospital." Dude was a bro and drove me there even though it was like 3 a.m. Saw a doctor and he had to give me a bunch of stitches. He said I was very lucky because if it was just a tiny bit deeper I would have probably had done permanent damage and lost mobility of the finger.
Tripped over a fucking football and destroyed my nose and forehead. It didn't leave a scar, but I think it has something to do with the fact that I basically can't smell anything. This happened when I was 6.
Bit myself. I saw something I didn't want to forget, and thought I'd remember it every time I saw the scar. Realistically, I wasn't going to forget it anyway. I remember thinking, I'll regret this scar, even as I was doing it.
My friend had one of those plastic bag sealers and I thought, I wonder how that works. Instant heat. Put my finger on the contact point and burned the hell out of my finger. Still have the scar 18 years later.
My government stored 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate, alongside fireworks in a warehouse at the port near a residential area for 7 years, until they blew up in the biggest non-nuclear explosion ever, shattering the glass window I was sitting by in my house, and giving me a nasty scar on the arm.
I ran full speed into a doorknob. The doorknob was lever handle and my hand rammed into it. I got 2 stitches between ring and middle finger.
Some dude made a bet with me on whether I am going to cry from a cigarette burn or not. I won, but that left a scar.
Years ago, I went on a study trip to Groningen for a week. In that city, everyone was riding a bicycle. My exchange student gave me a bicycle the first day, After going 100 meters, I realized that I had no brakes. I then stamped myself against a wall and tore my entire right hand.
Thanks for watching. If you have any stories you want to share, please write them in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on more videos like this.